Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Escapists. On the last episode of the Escapist, we found myself getting into beef with a guy named Salib, getting my ass kicked by him, then kicking his ass, and then coming up with a basic escape plan, and that's really it. The plan for today is very simple. Break out. Now, how do I plan on doing this? I plan on doing this by sneaking out when it's late at night with a fake purple key and a police guard outfit, and then chipping away at the fence with some fence cutters. Now, like me, you're probably thinking, that's a pretty easy and simple plan. What could possibly go wrong? Well, just how wrong I was. But with enough talking, let's get into this. We start off the day like any other day in this game, waking up by the bell letting us know it's time for morning roll call. While I was eating breakfast, I was analysing exactly what I needed for this plan. Now for this plan I needed sturdy cars, but first I need to get some lightweight cars, and before I could get lightweight cars I first needed flimsy cars, and to make flimsy cars I need 2 files and a roll of duct tape. However, before then I wanted to make a wad of putty, which would require toothpaste and a tub of talcum powder. Luckily for me, I managed to find the tub of toothpaste and a comb which I was going to need to make molten plastic in P. Diddy's desk. You know guys, I don't get what the public's always on about. I mean, you can always trust P. Diddy. I managed to find the tub of talcum powder inside of Salib's desk. I'll take that, you son of a bitch. I then made the water putty, heard from another prisoner that apparently Chris Tyson's wife died. No, he just left her for a 7-year-old, and then I found a lighter to make the molten plastic. I needed these items so I could make the fake purple key so I could leave the prison at night. I also took another lighter just so I could make the molten chocolate, which is a one-hit KO. I managed to get a chocolate bar off of Lee's body, so I was now able to make the molten chocolate. I then had a plan. I was going to save my game, then wake up the next day and keep knocking out guards and keep reloading until I get the right guard with the right key. I also decided to make the flimsy cars while I was at it because I had the materials with me. I also managed to get a second file off of Rich's body, and I then proceeded to make lightweight cutters. I woke up on day 8, ready to put my key getting plan into practice. First officer, Officer Liam, nothing. Second officer, Officer Hank, also nothing. Third officer, Officer Blanks, wrong key. For the fourth attempt, I decided, fuck it, and let's just go for one of the 3 officers that do the roll calls, and I went for Officer Paul, and I did this so many times to the point where I actually have written down exactly what every officer I knocked out had on them, but everything was going so good, everything was going so well, all until this happened. Now if you don't know what happened there, I don't blame you, but let's put it this way, my external hard drives disconnected. Let me explain. So this is my computer, and it is, well, for the nice way to put it, complete shit. It's got 4GB of RAM, a AMD 3020E CPU, and AMD Radeon graphics, and it has 64GB of SD storage, no, not HDD or SSD, 64GB of SD storage. So yeah, I pretty much have to rely on external hard drives, which happens to be where I have both the Escapist and OBS downloaded on. So yeah, it's not very good. But what do you think, Kermit?
Okay, yeah, sure, so well, yeah, it's slow. In fact, to be honest, I think it's slower than a fat man running to a salad bar. But yeah, well, it's, well, it's shit.
Yeah, okay, that's enough, Kermit. But yeah, it's fair to say it's not a very good computer, and I am saving up to get a much better computer. But anyway, back to the game. So at least this time, we were able to know exactly which guard I had to follow to get the key. So I followed Officer Paul after breakfast, then took the key, then made the fake key, then found the stuff I need to make the sturdy cars inside of Nova's desk, then realised my character's fucking stupid, then made my character no longer stupid, then made the sturdy cars. And that's, all we need. Well, outside of making a bed dummy, but other than that, we're done. That's all we need. We're ready. I remember even when playing this, I remember thinking, this is going too well. One thing you have to know about the Escapists is, nothing ever goes to plan usually, but this has gone too well. Now obviously, things didn't go to plan later on, which we'll get to later, but this isn't right. But anyway, so we made the bed dummy, then the external hard drives disconnected again. I'm gonna become Amish in a minute.
We've been spending most our lives living in an Amish paradise.
Okay, so another restart later and now we have the bed dummy back. Now this is where I decided to do something a bit weird. Now, the Escapist is known for shit to just go missing. Items just disappearing out of your inventory and out of your desk. So I decided, why not, let's just waste out the day, so then we've got everything prepared and saved for, so we can then pull off the escape the next night. So this also means that if something goes wrong, then we can just quickly reload a save. So as day 10 rolled around, I knew tonight was a night I was going to escape, but during the evening free period, I felt like there was one last thing I needed to do. Yeah, fuck you, dickhead. Anyway, so we put the bed dummy in place, then went to evening roll call. As soon as it was lights out, I slipped away into the nighttime and switched into the guard's outfit. I used the purple key to get out of the building and I waited till past 1 for the snipers to go away so I can finally start cutting the fence. As 1 AM hit, I equipped the cuz and then I went to cut the fence and nothing. Nah, fuck this shit, I ain't playing this game. Okay, let me explain. When I was younger and I played a lot, and I mean a lot of the Escapists, I mainly played the PlayStation 4 and mobile versions, which, looking at them both side by side, both the PS4 mobile and PC versions, the graphics are way different, and the front gate model on the PS4 and mobile version is completely different. Now the good thing about this having a different sprite, it means that it lets you know that, hey, you can't cut through this. However, on the PC version, it uses the exact same sprite as fences that you can cut open, so that's where my problem was. But anyways, a couple days later, I came back to the game, and as I was thinking of my next escape plan while eating breakfast, I then remembered something. I decided to see what was in the prisoner stash that was behind my wall, and I found a lightweight shovel. Let's go. The shovel. Remembering this shovel made me come up with my next amazing escape plan. What I was going to do is, I'm going to sneak out at night, chip away at a fence that I can actually break, and then dig underneath the wall to get out of the prison. This plan is absolutely foolproof, as long as, hey, I don't come across any boulders. However, first, I'm going to need to turn my lightweight shovel into a sturdy shovel. Now to do this, I'm going to need a roll of duct tape and a sheet of metal. Luckily, I was able to find both inside of Chris Tyson's desk. Honestly guys, we really need to stop trying to cancel P. Diddy and Chris Tyson. I mean, they're so useful. Now I decided to waste the rest of this day just so then I could save and then I could do it all the next day. The next day came and I was ready. I made the sturdy shovel the previous day. As I was sitting in the canteen eating breakfast, it really set in. This was the final day I was spending in this prison, and my god, I was so excited to get out. I planted some chicken outside by where I would be cutting the fence just in case I got too fatigued while I was digging. But I knew I was ready. I knew it was finally time to get out of here. Oh, son of a bitch. Okay, so another restart later and I knew it. Tonight was the night. I had everything prepared. After shower period, and then when it was evening free period, I knew there was one last thing I had to do.
That's life.
That's life.
That's what all the people say.
So worth it. Anyway, I'm getting distracted. So it was time for evening roll call, so I grabbed the items I needed out of my cell, put the bed dummy in my bed, and then I sat through evening roll call. When evening roll call ended, it was time for lights out, so I snuck away into the night and switched into the guard's outfit, and then just walked out the door with the fake purple key, and now it was time to start my escape. I waited till past midnight to finally start chipping away at the fence, and once I was through that, it was finally time to start digging. When I was digging underground, I had a bit of fear, because every now and then the game would glitch and show a police officer. But of course it got worse, because as soon as I dug out the piece of dirt, a boulder. Shit. So then I decided, let's move down just a little bit, to then get out a different way, and another boulder. Shit. I then realised I could actually start chipping away at the boulders with the shovel, so I started doing that. But I'm not gonna lie, at this point, I was actually getting pretty stressed out. I mean, I went all this way just to be stopped by a fucking rock. I got through the boulder, we were too fatigued, so I had to keep eating and digging and digging. And then another boulder. We get through the boulder, but the shovel's almost broken. We're on 1%. We're not gonna make it. We're not gonna make it. The shovel breaks. But we're through. We did it. We escaped the prison in about 12 days. However, something tells me, with what I've got planned for the future, I won't exactly be out for very long.
Someone wrote this song before, and I could tell you where it's from. Before 7362251, so put my mind at ease. Please just have a laugh with me, 'cause you know I'm borrowing right now. These sounds have already crowned. Come on, it's a silly dream, dreaming of the imagery unfound.
I might wait and use that when I'm like sure that I'm just going for keys. Like, I'll wake up in the morning feeling like P. Diddy. I mean, I'll put my glasses and then I'll go out the door and I'm about to hit you in the face.